So far, we discussed degeneration and loneliness, how the human is a social creature, and how we often reluctantly accept situations out of fear of losing our connection with others, even if this means we forget about our relation to nature. This is me. I'm Ole. In 2016, I spent 6 months in Norway experimenting with being in the wilderness. During this period, I built a cabin in the woods, and in 2017 I went back, deconstructed this cabin and transported it to the Netherlands as part of my graduation at Aki Artes in Enschede. Now it travels through Europe for exhibitions. And all those new places the cabin visits have their own characteristics, qualities and atmospheres. What this can do to a work and to you as a person I find very fascinating. And I'm convinced that all those elements can be captured into one single word.
Whenever I'm stressed, I shower. Whenever I'm really stressed, I shower a lot. I mean, I don't really know what it is, whether it's the warm, flowing characteristics of the water coming out of the shower head, or maybe it's the noise that it makes. Well, whatever it is, it kind of breaks through the pattern of the day. That kind of has a different rhythm. But that's not the kind of rhythm that we usually encounter when we think about rhythm, right? I mean, it doesn't really have much to do with music. Now, join me at the warmth of the fire for a moment. During my semester in Trondheim, we had a lecturer named Simon Harvey. And his subject matter revolved around rhythm. Very casual lectures over coffee were spent delving deeper into all fashions as to how rhythm could occur. And those lectures fundamentally changed how I perceived what I was actually doing in the forest. It wasn't really an experiment any longer about survival. It was playing with the intrinsic rhythm of the environment and the rhythm that's inside of me. So, what is rhythm then?
In general, it's bad faith to refer to a dictionary for a definition in an article or presentation. It's a cheap method to make a point, and anyone taking an audience serious would refrain from doing so. You have to have a little faith and a little confidence.
So, I'm gonna do exactly that. Rhythm. Regular succession of weak and strong stresses. Accents, sounds or movements. Regular recurrence of events, processes, etc. etc. So yes, there are musical elements, but the definition is open enough that it can be applied in a variety of fashions.
It is, for example, a small step from music to speech, and oration too is a form of art.
As mentioned before in the shower, sometimes an overdose of stimuli can cause you to become stressful and lose your footing.
I think of it as follows. The rhythm of a situation can be so high or complex, like a polyrhythmic or arrhythmic event, you're unable to process the information at the speed thrown at you. In such cases, you may lose grip on your physiology, which causes stress. Now, there are those who fare better than others in similar situations, and although how neurotic your personality is plays a role, so too does your environment. While staying in the cabin in the forest, and then again when it was at that cool house in the city of Zutphen, I must admit that the experience in the city was cognitively far more taxing. I believe this is due to the rhythm of the environment and the effects it has on a human. We are mentally more stable if we have proper time to process information and give it a place.
Okay, stop. I had this thing written out where I was going to talk to you about a dialectic environment made up out of the old, physical and slow reality and the virtual, very fast reality, and how those together create a third environment that really is very new to us humans. But I think that we've reached a point where I need to talk to you straight from the heart. You see, it's exactly this rhythm of environment that lays at the essence of that very experience. It struck a lot of awe in me. I was really amazed what it can do with a human. You see, when I came back from Norway to the Netherlands, I became very ill. I was in a lot of pain and I worried a lot, which, both of those didn't really help getting to sleep, so I had that going as well. And after 3 months of hospital checkups and worrying that it was something very serious, it turns out that it was really all stress built up, unable to get out of my system. I was a hypochondriac. I mean, that's what crazy people are, right? I found it so difficult to understand that I was genuinely feeling physical pain that was caused by my own brain. It didn't really exist. I made it up. Why? Because I was in an environment that was so stressful in comparison to where I came from. Social was chaotic. There were demands that were abstract, and I had to meet certain criteria that there's no real reason why I had to do it. It was made up, but I had to do it, and I had to do it well, Better get a good degree, because it matters. I dreamt of going back to Norway every single day. And when I went back in February 2017 to deconstruct the cabin, it took me 3 days to get back in that vibe, back in that rhythm, and I really instantly felt that peace of mind. It felt like home, but not specifically the location, the tempo which things took place. That was something I really wanted to share with others. So bringing back the cabin for exhibition wasn't so much about how fantastic the construction methods were. They weren't really, but it was all about trying to convey that experience. That cabin is a capsule, a rhythm capsule, if you may. So that's something I really want to share with others.
Right now, the cabin is in Belgium, at the Verbeke Foundation. There, it will be exhibited for the next 6 months. The opening is on the 12th of November, 2017.
And in 2018, we will move it to Het Kunstgemaal in Bronkhorst, where it will become a micro-residency, meaning that every weekend there will be a different artist staying and working from within the cabin. I'm really looking forward to this. And it really is the essence of sharing that experience through collaboration with others. Oh, and this? This is my Dutch law book. And I used it for Tinder to start this fire. Not the app. Because I could do with a few pages less. Rebels in general are great cause for inspiration.